in the bed on my back, and I was in that bed for 8 months. I lost 120 pounds and I developed severe brain damage. I lost the ability to speak. I didn't recognize my wife or my kids. I was gone, and at the last minute, they gave me a liver transplant, and that saved my life. So that was good, but then, thank you, but then I had to get months of physical therapy and learn how to stand up and how to walk again, and I had to get months of speech therapy, and I had to relearn how to talk. And I still get tongue-tied at times, but I guess the whole punchline of all this is it's been 11 years now. I'm on 11 years of bonus life because of this liver they gave me. So I feel like I have a responsibility every night to say, sign up and be a donor and save somebody's life. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. So now here's a tender, gentle little number called RedSun. To you, but you already know about this guy. And let me tell you a little bit about him, other than the Joe Pesci rap. He's been at it for a while, and he's been writing hit songs for people and making his own record albums for many years. But he also toured the world for many years with a lot of people. A band you might have heard of called Crosby, Stills and Nash. He was the keyboard man. Listen to their song Southern Cross and listen to the keys. That is this dude right here. Now he has a bunch of his albums with him for sale tonight. including one that he let me play on. He let me play on a song, and I had the great experience of standing there trading guitar licks back and forth with Mr. Stephen Stills. So please give it up for the awesome Mr. Richard T. Bear. Now I'm going to bring up this gentleman here on my left. He comes originally out of a very legendary 80s band from LA. They were called Oingo Boingo with Danny Elfman. Anybody know Oingo Boingo? He does. Okay, he does. But after Oingo Boingo, he kept going. And he kept touring the world and playing and recording with so many people, we ain't got time for me to go over it all. But I'll give you a few names. People he shared stages with and recording studios with. How about a fella named Neil Young? A fella named Willie Nelson. Now, after he did that, he can rock. How about Joe Satriani? And Steve Vai? And Eric Johnson? How about Bob Weir from The Dead? How about Steven Tyler? How about Bob Dylan? He said something to me on the phone once I've never heard before and haven't heard since. He says, Walter, I know we're rehearsing today. Yes, but I have a problem. What is it, John? Well, I just got a phone call from Bob Dylan. Really? He wants me to be in the recording studio in an hour. Oh. Ask him how much I got to pay him to play on the record. But there is one name. I love saying this every night because this is the truth. There's one name. You forget about Neil Young and Bob Dylan, because as Hyman Roth said in The Godfather 2, they're small potatoes. Well, I got it. So he's jamming at Madison Square Garden one night. And in comes a guy wearing a t-shirt, Bermuda shorts, and some flip-flops and says, hey man, I'd like to sit in with you guys and play the conga drums. And they all said, well, yeah, come on up. So we can honestly say this man played at Madison Square Garden, and on the conga drums jamming with him was the legendary, the one, the only, Mr. Walter Cronkite. You didn't see that one coming, did you? This is the icon, Mr. John Avila. more. The young man on the guitar and the vocals, a name you will remember from tonight. This is the awesome Mr. Brett Smith Daniels. Give it up for him. Sometimes I don't remember his name, but I have to say that I was recently diagnosed with a disease that hits a lot of us septuagenarians, and I'm going to do my best to get through it. It's called CRS. Stands for can't remember shit. Now we get to this gentleman behind me on the drums, kicking ass. What do you think? He's been with me now for 16 years, touring the world, playing all my records and kicking ass every night. Before he joined up with me and my band, he was on the road touring and recording with the legendary Mr. Edgar Winter. Give it up for the awesome and powerful Mr. Michael Leisure. there.
Ladies and gentlemen, fanatics out there, there is one musician on the stage who has yet to be properly introduced. So it is now time for you guys to show some love to this guy right here. Walter Trout has been playing his heart out all night long for you, showing you his love. And now it's time for you to show him some love. So right now, let's give it up to the one, the only, Walter Trout! Walter Trout!